On March 24th, 2017, the worst team in the West, Phoenix Suns, were going up against the 1 seed in the East, Boston Celtics. Basically every starter for the Suns sat this game out except for Devin Booker, and this Suns team was already absolutely garbage. So going up against the prime Isaiah Thomas Celtics basically by himself, a 20-year-old Devin Booker decided he was going to score as many points as he possibly could. And you gotta remember, at this point in time, the most recent highest scoring games came from Klay Thompson when he scored 60 against the Pacers in Kobe Bryant's final game ever. On top of that, going into this game, Devin Booker's career high was 39 points, and he was just in his second year of the league. Booker really didn't start to shine until the second half of his rookie year, but from there would just slowly get better and better. Nobody really watched the Suns because they were one of the worst teams in the NBA, so he flew under the radar of a lot of casual fans. The first place that Devin Booker got a lot of exposure was in the 2017 three-point contest, where he became the youngest contestant ever. But enough with the context, let's get to the game. In the first half, Devin Booker was playing extremely good. He had 21 points despite the fact that they were being obliterated already. 21 points in the first half is really good, but none of that screams 70 whatsoever. I've seen Kevin Love score 34 points in the first quarter alone and still end the game with only 40. But in the second half, Devin Booker turned the burners on even more. In the third quarter alone, he doubled his points by scoring an additional 21. It was never close all game, but in the third and the beginning of the fourth quarter, they started to make somewhat of a comeback. So with 42 points going into the fourth quarter, Devin Booker decided to take every shot, and I don't blame him at all. The game was kinda close for a split second in the fourth, but for the most part, the game was incredibly boring because it was such a blowout. The game was so boring that with 6 minutes left, the Celtics arena started rooting for Devin Booker to keep scoring.
D-Book. Hey, why not? High off the window, he's got 52.
The crowd was literally getting louder and louder with every basket. He was feeling it so much that even when he got fouled by his own teammate, the GOAT Jared Dudley, he still made this insane shot.
Appreciate. Oh, and he got fouled. And it went in. Unbelievable. Oh my.
Obviously, this didn't count as an and one because Marcus Smart shoved Jared Dudley into him, but when they announced it to the arena, everybody was actually booing.
Reaction by Devin, disappointed, and the crowd boos. I love it.
Everybody in the whole building wanted to see him score 70. To put it into perspective, he scored 16 points in the final 2.5 minutes alone. So when he finally did hit that last free throw to give him 70, you know everybody went crazy.
They can calm down.
He did it.
And the crowd is happy.
He could have even had 72, but he missed the floater at the buzzer. He cooked throughout the entire game, and it's crazy how many different ways he was scoring. Everything he did was out of an ISO or ball screen. He was doing all the scoring by himself. Rewatching this game, it looks almost identical to how he's playing now. I can't lie, it's a little weak that the Suns fouled for Booker to get more possessions, but at the end of the day, he still scored 70. And even if you take off those last few possessions, 20-year-old Devin Booker still scored 64 points in one game. The second leading scorer for the Suns was tied between Leandro Barbosa and Alex Len, who both had 11. Booker ended with 70 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals. He shot 21 for 40 overall and 4 for 11 from 3. The free throw line is where he got a third of his points, making 24 out of his 26 free throw attempts. He made 20 of those in the second half alone, which tied Michael Jordan's record for the most free throws made in a single half. But he was really just scoring from everywhere on the court. Booker became the first player to score 50 points in one half since Kobe's 81-point game. He also became the 6th player in NBA history to score 70 points in a game. But the Suns bragging about Devin Booker scoring 70 in a blowout loss rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, including several of the Celtics players. The NBA would post a picture on Instagram of Booker holding up a piece of paper that said 70, imitating Wilt Chamberlain's famous picture after his 100-point game. Jay Crowder, who played for the Celtics at the time, responded saying he's never seen so many guys happy after losing, which is very true. But this is while the Suns were still poverty, so they were probably debating putting up a banner about it at the time. And of course, young Book responds with, "You can't guard me." In his first season, he showed he can be good, but in his second season, he was legit to anybody that watched. He finished that second season averaging 22 points a game while playing 78 games. He's been really good for a long time, and people have been slowly figuring it out. Nowadays, you got dudes like Dame and Donovan Mitchell scoring 71 points within a few weeks of each other. But with how good Devin Booker's been in the playoffs, we'll see what he's got coming in the next few years. I'm getting close to 1,000 subscribers, so hit the sub button to support the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.